Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be trying on and reviewing the LoveShackFancy for Target collection. If you're not familiar with LoveShackFancy, she is a more high-end designer. Her styles are very feminine, a little vintage, very whimsical, lots of florals and lace and all the girly things. So I am a big fan of her brand. However, I actually haven't tried any LoveShackFancy pieces myself because they're typically a little bit higher end on price point. Her dresses usually start around $400 and go up from there. I see a lot of dresses that I love for around $700, and that is just not in my budget right now. So I was very excited to see that she was going to be doing a collection with Target, and I had a lot of items on my wish list. Anytime Target does these designer collections, items sell out very quickly. I did overshop this collection, so I'm not going to keep everything from this haul, but I wanted to get my hands on pieces, review them for you guys, try them on, and see what I wanted to keep and what I wanted to return. So everything from the collection is $75 and under, and I found that most pieces are between $55 and $65. Whereas a typical LoveShackFancy dress is anywhere from $400 to $1,000. My first impressions of the quality of this collection is it's definitely more in line with Target price points or Target collections versus the designer pieces. Now, on the same day that Target launched this collection, there was also two other designers that launched their collection as well. And comparing price points and quality between all three collections, I would say the other two are definitely a little bit higher quality for the exact same price. So I feel like with this collection, you are paying for the design, you're paying for the look, and you're paying for the LoveShackFancy tag on the dress. So if you are a big fan of the designer itself, I feel like it's definitely worth getting a couple pieces from this collection because you can definitely get the look for less, but just don't expect better quality than a typical Target dress. So for the first dress, I have to say this is probably going to be my favorite. I just love the coloring and the floral pattern, and I just love the silhouette, and I definitely don't need, I would say, more than two of these type of dresses. When I placed my original order, I did order all smalls. However, in store, I did pick up mediums after looking at them in person, and typically I am a small at Target. However, I think I'm very glad that I did go with the medium. I feel like I'm more of a schmedium. So the dress does have smocking through here, so I feel like that is a very forgiving aspect of it. It's very comfortable and breathable. There is an additional lining from the beginning of the smocking to the lace detail, which is about mid-thigh on me, which I do appreciate because I don't have to wear a slip under this. So I absolutely love the lace tiered detail of the skirt. It has a little bit of lace detail through here. This is more of like an open lace, so you can see your legs coming through. Also, I do want to note that online they had more options than my store had, so I'll link all the pieces that I did order down below. And if you're curious on how those items work out for me or my thoughts on them, be sure you're following over on Instagram. I'll share that order on my stories whenever that does come in. So the next dress I have to share from this collection is very similar to the one I have on. I would say you definitely don't need both. There are a few slight differences other than the obvious, which is the coloring. This one has more lilac, blues, and purple tones in it. The biggest difference, the sleeves look the same to me, but this one does not have smocking all the way across the chest. It just has smocking in the waistband right here. So if you're not a big fan of smocking, then this one may be more up your alley. This dress retails for $60, so quality-wise, is it worth $60? I would say no. It's, again, are paying for the name and the design. So if you are a fan of the design, I would say it's worth $60. But if you are just, you know, wanting a pretty floral dress and you don't really care if it's LoveShackFancy, then I would probably say to pass. So off the bat, I would say that this one is a little more comfortable than the last dress simply because it does have smocking through the shoulder. So it's just a little easier to get off and on, and you also could wear this one off the shoulder if you wanted, you know, to get that look instead. The sleeves on this one are a little bit longer, and interestingly enough, the last dress was $5 cheaper than this one. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe because of the length. This one is a full maxi dress, whereas the last one was a midi dress. So like I mentioned, I do have on the small in this dress, and I would say it is more true to size than the last one. So here is the skirt. I would say it's more of a maxi length. It hits me right at the ankle, and I am 5'5" for height reference. So you can get a closer look at the top detail. This is pretty roomy, and I would say it is a little bit thin. I can see very, very lightly. I wouldn't sweat it. Like, I would totally wear it without switching out my bra, but I can, if I look closely, see the outline of it. For the next dress, I have this beautiful blue floral puff sleeve dress. I love the light blue coloring of this piece. For whatever reason, some of the pieces in this collection are the typical small, medium, large, which I will say they did do a really great size range. I think the range is extra, extra small all the way to 3X, I believe. It did seem like a very inclusive size range, but they also have pieces that are more numerical sizing. So I did get a size 6 in this piece. This one also retails for $60. If I was gonna take fancy photos and I wanted to like walk in a field and have like beautiful photos, I would totally see this as an option. Or if I was expecting a boy and I just wanted like a whimsical dress to wear to my shower or something like that. And no, I'm not pregnant. Okay, should probably clarify that first. However, it's definitely not the most practical piece, and I legit feel like a Disney princess in it. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I just don't know where I'd wear this to, other than like a party that's not on my calendar currently. I do love the color, and the skirt is very full, so be beautiful for photos, or if you want to like twirl in it or feel like a Disney princess for the day. The sleeves are straight out of Beauty and the Beast, if this dress was yellow especially. But I do feel a little bit like a football player with shoulder pads on. This is a little bit out of my comfort zone. So this one will be returned, and I'm not saying it's horrible. I know I'm not going to wear this, and I don't know where I'd wear it to, but it is beautiful. Yeah, time to move on to the next. So this next dress is the only chiffon piece that I picked up in the collection, and I think it might be the only chiffon piece in the collection. It does plunge down quite a bit, just FYI. I can see my strapless bra at the very end, so I would probably pin it through there, but it does have a very flattering fit throughout it. It does zip on the side, and this is a size 6. I would say it fits a lot better than the blue dress. The blue seemed to run a tad big, but again, this is a more flowy, forgiving fabric as well, so that could definitely contribute to that. I do like that the ruffle goes all the way around. Like, it just is those extra details that I feel like LoveShackFancy is known for. And I do like the flowiness in the skirt and how there's extra fabric through there. But again, I'm not exactly sure where I would wear this to. I think it's very beautiful. So moving into the shorter pieces that I picked up from the collection, again, if you're not familiar with LoveShackFancy, they do typically have a few mini dresses, aka very short dresses, but for this collection, they did do a little bit more length than they're typically known for. So definitely the most versatile pieces in this collection, especially for those of you who aren't as big of fans of floral and vintage styles, would be the white dresses. I love fresh white dresses throughout summer. It really lets you kind of change up the look based on your accessories, whether you want to add pops of color with your jewelry or your bag or your shoes. I just find that I spend a lot of money on white pieces throughout summer, so this is definitely going to be a piece that I keep. However, this is the size medium, and I would say it feels a little big on me. The smocking through here just is barely touching my stomach, so I do think I need the small in this. This would definitely be a piece that I would avoid on a very windy day, because you will definitely have a Marilyn Monroe moment in it. It is a little bit on the shorter side, which LoveShackFancy is definitely known for. I would say a lot of their pieces are typically even shorter than this. So definitely one to avoid on a windy day, or wear like a Spanx underneath just to be safe, because I'd rather show my Spanx than my booty. It has such a cute, like, flirty, feminine look. I feel like it even kind of reminds me of like a Zimmerman style with the white lace. The dress also fits rather wide in the shoulders. I'm not sure if the small will be any different, but it is very wide fitting through here. And another thing I want to point out is the dress through here, there is a liner through here, but right here it is a little bit sheer. So I would definitely wear my go-to nude sticky bra underneath and I probably wouldn't have an issue. But with a regular bra, you will definitely see it not only through the center material, but also through the lace detail as well. So just to keep it very clean underneath, I would recommend a sticky bra. So this next dress is very much, I would say, a dupe to a lot of LoveShackFancy dresses out there right now. This one is very comfortable. Again, a little dressier. Definitely need an occasion personally to wear this to. I do have on the medium in this dress and it does feel big, especially in the arm area. Just gapping and a little bit lower than I would like. So I would say this one does run true to size. This one is definitely very much like, I would say, a cupcake dress with all the ruffles. The skirt is definitely more like flowy, but it's a fun dress. I feel like if you have a birthday coming up, this would be a really fun option. I do want to point out though that the buttons on this one are functional, so if you are breastfeeding, that is a perk to this dress over the other options that I've tried on so far. So the last dress that I have to share with you in this video, again, like I mentioned, I do have an order coming that has a few more pieces that I'll be sharing over on my Instagram, which is Strawberry Chic Xo. I think this dress is the most affordable option out of the collection, which it definitely should be. The material is like shiny polyester, just not a very great breathable fabric for summertime, which the style is definitely made for, but we're gonna try this on and see how it looks. I did get a size 6 in this dress. I think it's a very sweet, you know, Disney princess type dress. If you have a birthday party or a fun party to wear this to. And I'm not a major fan of this material. It's definitely like shiny polyester. I do have on the size 6 in this dress and it is too big on me in the chest area, so I think a 4 would be a better option. So I feel like they probably went with the polyester material just because it holds its shape really well while still being very voluminous. For example, the sleeve and then even like the bow tie. If this was chiffon, it would just kind of fall and droop. And again, I also like the volume in the skirt, but I'm just not going to be keeping this one. So that is my review on the LoveShackFancy for Target collection. I'd love to know what you guys think of this collection as far as the designs and quality, or are you a fan of LoveShackFancy in general? I know it's not a brand for everyone because it is pretty loud and proud feminine, I feel like. Very whimsical, but I feel like for my style, no, I couldn't have every dress be LoveShackFancy, but for certain occasions, I think it's totally appropriate, or for photos or that type of thing. So I'd love to know y'all's thoughts down below. I will link all of these pieces along with the other items I ordered down in the description box if you want to check any of them out. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, or if you want to support my channel, it's free. Give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love for you to join my fashion family here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.